Welcome to the Double R Show, the podcast that features everything about North Lincoln County. The Double R Show, directed and produced by Paul Robertson and hosted by the voice of Lincoln City, Roger Robertson.
Welcome to the Double R Show. Double R here along with son Paul, and today we're going to go on the road, if you will.
Yeah, we're going up to the old casino for a little senior fair time.
Senior fire time. Fact is, we'll be on the road the next couple of weeks with different opportunities to talk to a variety of people. Today, have the good fortune to visit with Senator Dick Anderson and Representative David Gomberg.
Yeah, we're going to do the bicameral, bipartisan approach again. So we're going to have just to split the Double R Show with those two folks.
That's coming up in just a couple of minutes right here on the Double R Show. If you're looking for great early garden fresh produce, it's Kenny's IGA in the Bay Area of Lincoln City. 4 generations of Morgans caring for your every grocery need. All of your favorite beverages, a full deli, meat, produce, and of course, groceries.
Home-style cooking in a hometown atmosphere. Hi, I'm Adina from Zeller's Restaurant in Rose Lodge in Lincoln City. Join us daily for good fun and great food. You can even kick up your heels at Zeller's.
Woven Legacies is a special sale of kilims, rugs, bags, shoes, jewelry, and home decor made by artisans in Turkey. Sale of these items at the Lincoln City Cultural Center will support the center and also the ongoing care of Julie Reynolds Ocherman. All treasures of Woven Legacies were imported by Julie and her late husband, Sener Ocherman. View the entire display today at the Lincoln City Cultural Center and own a treasure destined to become a family heirloom.
At Senior Fair 2025, and with us is Senator Dick Anderson. Senator Anderson, thanks for coming on board and being here at Senior Fair.
Well, thank you, Roger, and it's my pleasure. I wouldn't miss this. I can't remember if I've ever missed one. So,
fact is, you started as mayor,
exactly,
and have continued every year since.
And it's a great event. It's a great, even if you're not campaigning, which I'm not, just being out with the people, having my booth, people can come by and talk and ask questions.
What kind of questions are you getting, Dick?
Unfortunately, all the federal questions.
Really?
Based on the media, inundation of media. And I try to talk them down to state levels, make sure they understand what's going on in the state, and, have a nice conversation. So,
talking about state issues, okay, the gasoline situation, the gas tax, the new gas bill, if you will, where is that, and tell us about the background of that.
Sure. That bill, the ODOT, Oregon Department of Transportation bill, actually is a funding bill to get that agency their biennium budget, and that's been under the works. Remember back prior to the session in 26 or 25, the long session. The year before that, they actually went out on kind of a road show, gathering information, came back to the session, legislative session, and were never able to get a bill that the majority party could agree on to bring into both chambers. The House actually passed the bill, but it never made it to the Senate floor before we were excused from the session. The governor then called a special session specifically for passing a ODOT bill, and that was done. Took 30 days. A cut-down version, kind of a Band-Aid bill, $5 billion bill that was passed by, again, the majority party. No Republican voted for it, so it was, and they didn't have to, didn't need it. The majority party voted for it. So it increases the gas tax, your fees, registration, driver's license, anything attached to transportation. Fees went up.
And your vote on that, Senator Anderson?
I did not vote. I voted. I voted no. Okay. I did not vote for it. And simply because, I'm not uncomfortable with voting for a tax. However, my issue around that whole bill was the lack of accountability by the agency. I'm not interested in just giving an agency more money that I don't think they've done a good job to date. So rather than kicking the can down the road, I wanted more accountability, understanding by the agency. Nobody wanted to make those kind of changes. They just wanted to feed them more money.
You are always involved with trying to bring money back to the district in various events, programs, whatever. Where did you succeed this year?
Yeah, well, and remember, we're in Lincoln County.
Right.
My district, again,
It
Lincoln,
goes way south as well.
It goes all the way south to Coos Bay and North Bend.
Yep, the district in law.
Yeah, and I thank you for that because I concentrated this session on Coos Bay area and the port of Coos Bay. I was able to initiate and get funded $100 million for the port of Coos Bay for their container operation, dredging the canal, the bay, and potential container operation. Now, that sounds like it was for Coos Bay, but it's really for the state of Oregon and the Midwest, because if that container operation and when it comes through, it'll bring imports all the way into by train then into the Midwest. And so the state really benefits from having a deep water port where Coos Bay is.
That's because we got rail out of Coos Bay into the
going
valley,
to Eugene,
right?
Correct. Yep, and then into the Midwest.
That's huge.
It is huge. It is huge. And the feds have actually put money into it as well. Not enough yet, but we're moving along with design and dredging and getting ready for it. It's a good 5-6 years out,
Okay.
but we've got to get ready. So,
for the session, Senator Dick Anderson's most proud of what?
Now I hate to be braggadocious. However, I was able, out of the Senate, I initiated fewer bills, but got more passed than any other Republican in the Senate. So, a couple of things. I concentrate and prioritize my subject matter, and I work it. So, you can't work 100 bills, but you can work 10 bills.
Sure.
And move it through and make sure they're thoughtful and precise and targeted for, things that impact citizens. They were non-political, housing, childcare, health care.
That's always been your mantra.
It is very much. It comes from my 12 years of local government, because when you're local,
mayor of Lincoln City, councilman.
when you're local, you feel. You meet people, you talk to them about their expenses, about their costs, their living. And that's what carried me into the state, because I didn't think we were getting enough resources from the state into this district. And I think we're there, along with Representative Gomberg. He and I have teamed up. We work well together, but we've made sure the state now knows there's a coastline and a Senate District 5.
You do have a relationship with Representative Gomberg that is really good for the district, because you got two different parties, two different houses in the legislature.
Yep. Very much.
Two different sets of ideas.
Exactly. And different committees. We sit on different committees where we've got fingers out to all sorts of members. But I think at the end of the day, we're both, of that age. We're willing to talk to each other, share ideas. We're concerned about the citizens, again, on our coast, in our district, in our respective districts, and, how we work together. And, we team up well, have been able to get others with us, and it's made a huge difference.
Okay, now that the legislative session is finally over, the special session is over. What does Senator Anderson do in the interim?
Today I'm leaving in an hour to drive to Coos Bay. I've got meetings tonight and all day tomorrow with the governor's government-to-government program that deals with the state of Oregon and the 9 federally recognized tribes. I'm a representative from the legislature in that discussion, one, because of my relationships specifically with the Slets, but I have 4 tribes in my Senate district, and I know them all, understand them. So, to answer your question, I'm busy. Yesterday, I was on all day on virtual meetings with the task force, and lobby, just talking state business.
Non-related item but you just mentioned, you alluded to, you are involved with the Siletz tribe, the
Charitable giving.
Charitable giving.
Yes.
That is a huge endeavor in itself.
Yep. That was one of the meetings yesterday. We acknowledged some, I think, $200,000 in grants. Gone through over, I think it was $1.2 million in applications. So we had to go through a lot of applications, made some decisions, and we'll be giving that, hopefully, money away next month, first of the month. So, yeah, it's a great contribution to, nonprofits,
Yep.
In our 11 service districts.
Senator Dick Anderson, thanks for being at Senior Fair. Thanks for being on the podcast.
Thank you, Roger. Appreciate it.
Zantello Law Group has moved. I'm Josh Zantello, and our law firm is now located across from the Lincoln City Community Center on Northeast 21st. Our law firm of knowledgeable professionals stand ready to assist you in life's matters.
Northwest Septic Service is your one-stop shop for all your septic needs.
Northwest Septic Service offers pumping, maintenance, repair, and inspections with one call, 541-994-6977.
Buying or selling a home? Northwest Septic Service can inspect your sewer line or an entire septic system.
Old or failing septic system? Northwest Septic Service can rejuvenate most drain fields, saving you thousands of dollars. 541-994-6977.
Serving Lincoln, Tillamook, and Yamhill counties, Northwest Septic Service.
We at La Roca are proud of our food, but don't take our word for it. Read the reviews. One person wrote, "The service was friendly and efficient." Another writes, "La Roca has become one of our favorites because it's authentic Mexican food."
Welcome back to the podcast. With us is Representative David Gomberg. Are you happy with the session? It's over.
Well, I'm happy that it's over, Roger. Are you talking about the long session or the special session? Because it seems like we're in non-stop session this year.
Let's take them one at a time.
Well, I mean, the focus of both of them is pretty much the same. It's how we're going to pay for our roads and our bridges and keeping drivers safe here in Oregon. That's been the question, because as gasoline taxes have declined, because people are driving more fuel-efficient vehicles and electric vehicles, we just haven't had the money coming in, and we had to find a better way to make sure people who are using the roads pay for the roads. So that's what we talked about in the long session. We didn't get it done. And the governor called us back into special session. So let me tell you what the special session was not. First of all, it was not a $4.5 billion tax increase. I mean, I've heard that number bandied around.
And where's that?
It's a 10-year number.
Oh, okay.
It's creative criticism. They could have easily said, this is a $10 billion tax increase over the next 25 years. So the second thing it was not the proposal that we heard in the original long session. It was about a third as big. We went from a 15-cent gas tax proposal to a 6-cent gas tax proposal. And by the way, the average driver gets 25 miles to the gallon. They drive 12,000 miles a year. That 6-cent increase is going to cost the average Oregon driver about $2 a month. That's what we're talking about. The third thing I've heard about is accountability. Well, first of all, I got to tell you that when we wrote the budget, and I chair the committee that manages ODOT's budget, we cut 100 positions and $50 million out of that budget before we even started talking about tax changes. In the new proposal that we approved in the short session, we added a number of accountability measures, which included regular audits by the Secretary of State, performance audits by the Legislative Policy Office, and made a change so that the Director of ODOT is now appointed by the Governor instead of by the Transportation Commission. Okay. And I stood up and said, I'm all about accountability. If anybody's got ideas and other things we can do to make this agency more accountable, come to me. I'm all in. But at the end of the day, the House passed the package in 3 days. Over the Labor Day weekend. And then the Senate took over, and it took them about another 5 weeks to finish the job.
But it got done.
It got done. And remember, that money is going to go for our highways and bridges, which means striping, snow removal, filling potholes, landslides, responding to accidents. Half the money goes to local government. That's our cities and counties to take care of local roads. So half that money is going to be allocated by the folks we vote for locally for our city council or our county commission.
I keep hearing people talk about it, accountability of ODOT.
Yep.
Anything in that bill that answers that question?
Well, like I said, we're going to require the Secretary of State to do regular audits of ODOT.
Okay.
We are going to have the Legislative Policy Office doing performance audits, and we changed the situation so the governor makes the appointment of the agency director instead of the Transportation Commission. We also did a lot of belt tightening, as I said. We cut 100 positions and $50 million out of the ODOT budget before we even started talking about revenue changes. So, yeah, I would say that there was a lot of accountability in the package. But if anybody's got ideas on how we can be more accountable, you bring them to me, and I'll work on it.
You spent a lot of time sitting in the top chair during the legislative session, did you not?
Well, I did indeed. I was elected to be the Speaker pro tem. Boy, does that sound important.
Well, it does.
It means,
and it is.
Well, sort of. It means that when the Speaker doesn't want to preside, that I get to run the floor sessions. And so I was up there, I want to say, 4 out of 5 times I was up at the podium. And that's for 4 or 5 hours at a go, having to listen to every word, understanding every motion, and making sure at the end of the day that we provided respect and courtesy to everybody that had something to say or a position on one of the bills we were voting on. It's tough duty up there, but I was proud to do it. But I also have to say that I've learned over my time in the legislature, the closer you get to the top, the further from the top you really are. So, yeah.
Interesting comment.
I got to run the meetings, but I didn't get to make the decisions about what we were voting on.
That still came from the floor.
Well, at the end of the day, the Speaker, the co-chairs of Ways and Means, the committee chairs made those decisions. And I got to run the Transportation Economic Development budget, but I wasn't putting a lot of these other proposals together.
From the legislative session completed, what is David Gomberg most proud of?
A lot of things that we did for personal finances and personal privacy. I mean, those are the things that Oregonians are most concerned about. How are they going to pay their bills for housing, for utilities, for groceries? Well, we went to work to provide more tools for building more housing. So if there's more housing, it's going to cost less per house. Those are fundamental economic tenets. We held our utilities much more accountable for the rate increases that they keep bringing to Oregonians. And then on the personal privacy front, I brought a bill that says your car cannot collect personal information about you and sell it to the highest bidder. I mean, think about that for a minute. Our cars now, our modern cars and the computers that are built into them.
It's amazing.
They know where you drive, how long you stay there, how often you go. They know if where you work, if you worship on the weekends, and if you go to a bar every night on the way home from work. And if you plug your telephone into your car, now it's got access to your emails and your texts. And so I brought a bill that says the car manufacturers cannot collect that information about you. There were a number of other steps that we took this session dealing with personal privacy, which is one of those things that is constantly out there, and we probably don't think about it as much as we might.
And probably should think about it a whole heck of a lot more.
Well, I think so as well, yeah. But, if the legislature can take steps to protect you, then you're not going to have to think about it as much.
A few minutes ago, I also had Senator Dick Anderson on board, and he talked about the relationship between you and Senator Anderson and what it does for the district. You want to respond to that as well?
Well, absolutely. I mean, presuming you said nice things about me.
Yes, as a matter of fact.
Dick and I work well together. There are very few places in Oregon that have a Democrat and a Republican in two different chambers representing them at the same time. And I think that we've provided a great example to Oregon about how well that can work. Because too often the divide between Democrats and Republicans is getting wider and it's getting deeper.
And not for the benefit of the country.
Not for the benefit of the people that live here, not for the benefit of the quality of government that we're producing,
Sure.
And honestly not for the benefit of the legislators themselves, who are finding it much harder to get things done and much fewer rewards for doing it. So, Dick and I work well together. We bring money home for the district. We pass legislation. We take care of the coast and provide an example of how other people should be doing the same thing.
As you look down the future for the rest of the summer, the rest of the activities, what will Representative Gomberg be doing between now and the next session?
Well, Roger, I like to show up with annoying frequency. It's a constant blur of ribbon cuttings, groundbreakings, Rotary speeches, going to classrooms and meeting with kids. You give me 2 days' notice, and I'll show up for the opening of an envelope here on the coast. I like to be out there interacting with people. And the reason I do that is so people will know who I am. And if they've got a concern, if they've got an interest, if they've got a problem, they'll say, oh, I remember Dave Gomberg. I can call him up. And if they want you to change legislation, or if they can't get their unemployment check, or they're having trouble with a DHS caseworker, my office can help with that kind of stuff. And I want people to know that I'm available and accessible, as well as being visible to them.
Right now, walking around the senior fair, are you hearing any questions specifically or issues that are already needing to be addressed?
Well, there's a long line over there getting flu shots. People are concerned about the quality of health care and the cost of health care and the availability of health care.
Sure.
I think that's out. That's something that's always been central to the senior fair, is the ability to interact with those kind of folks, as well as, finding out everything from how to fix your kitchen faucet to how to go on a cruise to Venice. You can get all of that kind of stuff here, and it's always a marvelous opportunity. But I got to tell you, in between all the other stuff I'm doing, I am trying to work on disaster preparation, getting ready for a major earthquake and tsunami. And we in Lincoln County got that tsunami warning last month, and all of us kind of wondered what we do next.
Yep.
But we here at the coast are better prepared for a natural disaster than any other part of Oregon, but we're not as well prepared as we need to be. And I'm trying to put some tools together so that government will be there to help you in the aftermath of those events, as well as reminding people that they've got to be there before government arrives to take care of their family, their neighbors, and their friends.
Talking about taking care of their neighbors and friends, I got to go make a drawing and give away $200 in cash.
Well, I can think of worse ways to spend the next few minutes. Roger, always a pleasure to be here with you. Thanks so much for the opportunity.
Wouldn't it be great to have all your insurance needs handled by one agency? This is Charlotte Lado with Farmers Insurance and the Insurance Store. Visit our office next to the Wildflower Grill in Lincoln City. Let us be your one stop for your personal, commercial, health, and Medicare insurance needs.
It truly is better at the beach, and food is even better at the beach.
It is fantastic at the beach. Yeah.
And I'll tell you, there's a couple of places that we really do enjoy. One being the Seafood Grill at Chinook Winds Casino Resort. We had the opportunity to go there for a get-together celebration dinner following senior fair.
Yeah, I had actually you, Mom, and I had the same thing, right. Different side dish with it, but shrimp and crab melt there. And
I highly recommend it. It's wonderful.
People were talking about the fish and chips, and there was a lot of great food there.
Good food, good service. Enjoyed it immensely. Do take the family, if you will, to Chinook Seafood Grill. And if you can't get in there for whatever reason, make a reservation. It's worth doing.
Yeah. The view is amazing, right?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's like the best view on the Oregon coast. You're looking right out over the bluff there and the rocks there, splashing from the big Pacific Ocean. And like you said, having some great food or drink and the like. So
food is better. It's better at the beach, and it's much better at Chinook Winds Seafood Grill right here in Lincoln City.
You'll find a book for every occasion at Bob's Beach Books. Something to read as you relax by an open fire? We have it. Studying a particular topic? We have that too. Traveling to a far-off land? Discover it first by reading. Bob's Beach Books in the Ocean Lake area of Lincoln City? Come discover.
And again, our thanks to Representative David Gomberg and Senator Dick Anderson for visiting with us up at the Senior Fair. We recorded a number of interviews up there and look forward to listening back to them down the road.
Yeah, we'll have the next one's coming out in the next few weeks. But thanks to all the guests, but in particular, Senator Anderson and Representative Gomberg for joining us in our portable studio there up at Chinook Winds Casino Resort. It was quite fun.
And congratulations to a number of people that won a lot of big prizes, including our mayor. who won $300
I
yesterday.
know. I saw that right towards the close there. She just walked up and got one of the big winners.
Picked the best time to be there.
Yeah.
We also had an opportunity to visit sometime with the minister from the St. Peter the Fisherman Lutheran Church and talking about the annual October dinner, and we'll feature that down the road a little bit. That's October 11th, Saturday, October 11th. Dinner will be served from 3 to 7. Sausage, sauerkraut, baked potatoes, German potato salad, Waldorf salad, and a special oatmeal cake. Adults just $12. Been a number of times to this dinner. Thoroughly enjoy it. Again, 3 to 7, October the 11th, St. Peter the Fisherman Lutheran Church. The Cultural Center invites you to enjoy Woven Legacies. We had an opportunity to feature this on a Double R show a couple of weeks ago. There's a special sale on rugs, bags, shoes, brass, jewelry, and home decor made by artisans from Turkey, Armenia, and Iran. Proceeds support the Cultural Center and the ongoing care of local teacher and Taft High graduate Julie Reynolds Oterman. So make certain you go up and take a look at that display. I think it's going to be there till sometime in December.
Yeah, I think it goes right through the new year, and of course everything's for sale. But it is a gallery, and just go in and look around, and hopefully pick yourself out something you want to take home.
Another activity that is coming up October 11th, Saturday, October the 11th, is a Taft High Booster Auction. This is going to be at Chinook Winds Casino Resort, Seafood Grill downstairs in that convention room downstairs. The event supports student programs for Taft 7 through 12. Tickets are $55. There's a buffet dinner, a salad auction, and a live auction. It's a lot of fun, good food, and it goes to support the Booster Club. Also, the Lincoln City Chamber of Commerce Awards Banquet is going to be November 13th, 6 to 8 at the Lincoln City Cultural Center. This is your opportunity to nominate your favorite business. Nominations are open October 1. They're open right now. The award categories are New Business of the Year, Business of the Year, Excellence in Customer Service, Beautification Award, and Community Impact Award. So that's the awards banquet. For more information, go up to the Lincoln City Chamber of Commerce. Now, you've had a busy week as well.
Yeah, well, it seems busy all the time, but I am actually taking a class at the Oregon Coast Community College. So just a plug for them. I'm taking a class from Dr. Lofton, Oceanography. It's a really great class. I'm, one of two, I think, elderly adult students, I would say, of the course. Most people are, of the more college age, but that's the beauty of the community college.
Well, you were at senior fair yesterday, so that's okay.
Yeah, well, yeah, I kind of qualify for senior fair. ARP got my name and number now, and Peter Linden, you're next. So of all the Robertsons, you're gonna have to pull up the rear on that. But so the college is a great, and it's a credit course, and
sure.
And as we learned from I think Dave and other folks a while back, at the 60-year age, which I got a few weeks to go
years
still.
To go. Yep.
You can go to the community college tuition free.
And that's a big offering.
Yeah. I mean, and taking these classes and not having to worry about the exams and the like, but being in there with a cohort of students of all ages is quite fun and really valuable education. Oceanography, obviously something that's near and dear to my heart, but it should be for everybody out here on the Oregon Coast.
And speaking of education, on the younger side, you also got some activity taking place.
Yeah, so we're actually just really gearing up for our fall program here for Secret Life of Salmon. So yeah, we're going to be meeting and greeting a lot of young learners as well. So that's happening now again this season.
Also like to remind you to put on your calendar December 6th. That's December 6th for the annual Angel Ball. And, yesterday, again, at Senior Fair, some lady came through and dropped 2 checks. One check to Angels, one check to the Backpack Food Program, each for $500.
Wow.
Whoever that lady was, God bless you. Thank you very much.
Many
You've
thanks.
done well. Thank you very much. Anything else your side of the table?
Yeah, so just one other thing from Senior Fair. At our booth there, our kind of live studio that we had for recording for the show, we had a drawing, a gift certificate drawing for $100 worth of gift certificates from some of our sponsors. So Kenny's IGA, Zeller's Bar and Grill, La Roca, and Bob's Beach Books for a total of $100. And the winner of all those entries is, let's see here, pull it out of the hat.
Doom, 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 doom.
Phyllis Thompson.
Phyllis Thompson, know her well.
Yeah. So Phyllis, send us an email, reach out to Double R Show, Roger at doublershow.com, and we'll get you your prize package.
So, Phyllis, congratulations. So that will do to the dunes of the Double R Show. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, so you, your family, and friends around the world and across the street can join us here at the Double R Show, regardless of where you happen to be. For Paul and Jenna, I'm Double R. Have yourself a happy day.
You've been listening to The Double R Show. Join Roger and Paul Robertson as they explore everything about North Lincoln County. The Double R Show, produced by Always Productions and hosted by Roger Robertson. Have a story? Email contact@alwaysproductions.com or call 458-201-3039. For The Double R Show, I'm Jana Grahn.